All I remember is a Sunday afternoon on May the 18th. They were forecasting thunder showers, but we get a lot of thunder showers, and so we didn't think anything of it.
We could see the clouds starting to build and the thunderhead starting to build, and the skies were getting black, and this wasn't by any means normal.
I ran outside and I got my first car in our shop, and as I was putting the second car in, it hit.
All heck broke loose. We had probably wind gusts of 80 miles an hour, 75 to 80.
The hail is baseball size.
It's like a war zone.
I talked to a lot of customers that had very little time to prepare once it came in.
And it came on so suddenly, and it left as fast as it came in. Oh, it's beyond scary.
This is probably the largest storm that's ever hit Billings.
Mother Nature just does its own thing out here, right?
When you're on the CAT team, if somebody gets a call, you're pretty much expected to be on the road within 24 hours.
Wednesday afternoon, I got a phone call that I'm needed for sure. And within an hour, I hit the road to drive up to Montana to help out with the CAT duty. It was a 10-hour drive from Salt Lake City, and then I was in town by that night at about 11 p.m.
When you get that call to go work a CAT loss, you drop everything you're doing and you get on the road, because that's the time that our customers need us worse in a crisis like this. Everybody kind of gets together and kind of gets a game plan. Who's going to be in the field, who's going to be at that drive-in.
You know, with something like this where there are so many claims in such a short period of time,
You have to be ready to step up to the challenge.
All I remember, my wife and I decided to go get a hamburger. Then the storm hit, and so we decided we'd better stay in the restaurant. You could hardly see across the parking lot. The hail really created a great deal of damage for the vehicles that were in the parking lot. Mine was one of those. That was probably the most expensive hamburger and beer that we've ever had.
I immediately called my son, and I just said, it's here, it's hit, and all the windows are broken. The cars were just pounded.
Initially, we went around, we could see hail damage, we could see vehicle damage. I knew my camper was going to get it. I knew we had some broken windows. I used to have trees in the front yard here, they're gone.
It was very apparent that we had sustained some very significant damage.
I called my agent. I got on the phone bright and early the next morning, called my agent, and they said, we'll get an adjuster assigned to it, and we'll get a claim number assigned to it. Within a couple of days, we had our adjustments done, and we were probably had checks in our hand within a week.
They gave me a number to call at Kemper. The person at the other end said, hey, you need to go to our drive-through claims center. And I went out there, and the claims person went all over the automobile.
Essentially, the drive-through is very important because it affords the people the opportunity to come to one place, have us do the estimates there on location, and then have them drive away and know exactly what they're looking at on the damage.
Later in that afternoon at my office, I received an email from him. Within a week, I received a check from Kemper.
I got an agent right away. They opened me up a claim that day, and she talked me through it, told me right off the bat how sorry she was, and then I went to have somebody call you back that same day. He is out the next day.
Very happy at this point that I chose Kemper.
Yeah, it's been almost effortless with Kemper. They more than did what they had to do and took care of us.
My neighbors and my co-workers, it's like, who's your insurance again? Because we're still waiting. I am extremely pleased with Kemper.
I'm extremely blessed that I have a very talented team. They're just really some of the best people out there in this field, and I'd put them up against anybody any day.
You know, from one human to another, they deserve to be helped through whatever situation they're in. You know, we're all in need of help at times in our lives. We all have stuff like this arise. And I'd like to do whatever I could to help them in that situation.
I feel like when we left Billings that we had taken care of our customers. We did it in a timely manner. And I also feel like when we left here that they were reassured that they were going to be taken care of.
You know, I was able to look back and actually look back at this scenario with fondness, you know, that I was able to help so many people.